Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Live from the Rio Rancho Police Department here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, we present NJCourts. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? This is NJCourts, live from the Rio Rancho Police Department. What up, Super Roofer? What up, Hobby Hater? We are getting signal in. We have just returned from our FOIA request, live from the Rio Rancho Police Department. NJCourts, coming in. Oh, you know I have to have fun, right? And you know if I'm in this type of mood, that must mean that mission was successful, right? Bum, 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 bum. Now remember I was telling you, sometimes these can be as short as 1 page. Sometimes they can be like this. Check it out. That's at least a good, let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good old little 7-pager right here. Yep. Then we got a little 1-pager right here. But we were successful. I'm going to give it just a minute or two to let everybody kind of get in, because I know the notification's just kind of going out. But while we're waiting, I can say hi to everybody. See, I won't be rude this time. So, Super Roofer, first one in the chat. Nice to see you again, Super Roofer. Hobby Hater, good to see you again, my friend. Keith, I'll be right with you. Hold on, I'll answer that question. Just give me 1 second. Mama of 2 girls. Gavel time. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Just Jen, good to see you. Snert in the house. What's the girth size? Who are you asking or referring to, Snert? You little sicko. But we'll wait just about another minute. Let everybody kind of get back. Yes. Oh, no. We are back and good to see you. Oh, no. Let me show you what I'm working with here. So, now, it didn't snap to me, right? While I'm here, why don't I just get the other report from the other incident that we watched yesterday, remember? So last night, we actually saw 2 body cam footage incidents. They almost looked the same. I mean, it was like, I know people in chat were like, didn't we just watch this? Almost very much looked the same, okay? But no, 2 different incidents. One came from September 21st of 2022. The other one was body cam footage that came from the incident that was just last month, June 24th. So, remember, and like I said, these incident reports / summary reports, they can come in just paragraphs, sentences, little mini novels. So for one of the incident reports, we just got a 1-pager, okay? The other one, we've got a 7-pager here. 7-pager, okay? Well, maxed out. I'm not going to share that information. I'm sure most of you have already figured it out. I mean, if you just watch the videos, which are public information, you might find some of that information out, okay? Now, I don't have to now. I mean, technically, I don't have to censor any of this information because this is public info. But because, and maybe you weren't here earlier, but as a professional, I'm doing it for the channel. That's why I'm not doxing this information. Like I said, it is public information. I mean, technically, anybody can go and do what I just did. As a matter of fact, here in a second, I'm going to explain, as I promised, exactly how this went down. It was very simple. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of bummed I wasn't able to bring the camera with me, but I understand. Had I been able to, you would have been amazed at how simple it is to be able to pull these FOIA requests, especially when you're actually here at either the police department, at the county clerk's office, wherever it is always a lot easier and quicker when you can actually go in person. But if you can't, obviously, a lot of us can't travel to where we'd like to do these requests, you can always call or go on the website. But the easiest way is just to get the information as what ways can you do a FOIA request. My experience has been you can either, 1, walk in like I just did. 2, you can use snail mail. You can request it through a fax sometimes. If you're lucky, they may just be able to do it online. They may have just their own website where you can access the court records. Sometimes they'll just email it to you, which, fingers crossed, that is the best and easiest and quickest way to get your request if you're just not walking in like we just did, okay? So again, remember, we're going to be using the R word a lot tonight. Reiterate. I just want to reiterate that this is public information. The only reason I'm not going to be displaying any of the personal information, like names and addresses, phone numbers, is because obviously this channel is a professional news coverage channel. We like to keep it that way. Are we different? Absolutely, okay? Like I said before, this ain't no CNN, this ain't no ABC, all right? Obviously, you don't hear these little beep, 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 beep. I mean, if we had censorship, every time we had an open panel show, all you'd be hearing is the beep, 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 beep show, right? So, I mean, there's obvious things that make this show different, all right? But we do keep it professional. So that is the reason, obviously, I'm not going to be disclosing this information. Hence why I'm not showing it right now like this, because I still need to go through here. I need to edit out and censor the personal information. Hell, I haven't even had a chance to read through this. I just walked out of the doors of the Rio Rancho Police Department. So, here in a little bit, once I get a chance to sit down and relax, I might go catch some lunch. I might just head home. Got about a 4-hour drive. Once I get home, I'll sit down. I'll read the information, absorb the information, of course, censor the personal information, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to share this. Easiest way is just going to do it as pretty much how I always do these FOIA request kind of shares, is I do that through a StreamYard type of stream. That also allows us to do an open panel. So I'm thinking I'm going to go that route. I'm thinking I'm just going to, once I censor out the private information, I'm just going to screenshot it and load it up so that way you can see exactly what I'm looking at. So I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. And then, of course, I always like to read along with everybody what we're actually looking at, just in case for some reason, you know, you got kind of eyes like me where you need these big old glasses and you can't see very well. No worries. I will read the information along with you as you're also reading it along with the screen. So that way you know I'm just not making this up and this is coming from a legit report, as you see in my hands, okay? So, for some of you just joining in right now, breaking news! NJCourts, we are successful in our mission. I mean, unfortunately, I did not want to have to do something like this, because remember, anytime we expose these scumbags, we unfortunately have to go over a lot of negative and shitty stuff, right? There's always victims to these people. So, in hand, and remember, this individual specifically, we haven't said we're doing any court coverage yet because they don't have a court date at this point. The only reason we're even pretty much, I guess, exposing this person at this point is just because they decided to insert themselves into this channel. And by doing that, they've actually exposed a lot of victims that have come forth and have actually reached out to me. And because of that, that is what started my investigation. Like I said, I've not officially declared this as an individual that we're investigating as far as providing any more court coverage, because there is no court coverage. But I started this investigation with the reason to see if there will be a court date possibly coming up because of these incidents that happen. And that's what I need to read through this to find out. Remember, if you guys were listening on the body cam footage from the September incident from last year, the one where, you know, his daughter got pushed down allegedly and, you know, whatever. The officer felt that there was enough evidence from the injury to his daughter's head, from the daughter's, you know, report to her, essentially, as well as the fact that she's got a sister, Jimmy's got another daughter, that also corroborated that report when they interviewed her. So with all that info in hand, the officer decided that they were going to go ahead and summons Jimi for a criminal citation, it's pretty much. They call it, let me tell you exactly what it's called. It's a criminal complaint. So it's a summons for a criminal complaint. Excuse me, not citation, complaint. That's why I wanted to just make sure I was reading this right. So, Anonymous says Sneaker Chop has a court case coming up. Okay, I'm guessing that has to do with the last case with him and Cheeto getting in trouble when they climbed up that lifeguard tower. Is that correct? Because if I'm not mistaken, that was the last thing they did that got him in trouble. And I know Cheeto was already on probation, and I'm sure that broke his probation because he was intoxicated. I don't know about Sneaker Chop because Chop, he was just his pal. So, yeah, we had some of Chop's info, but we weren't exactly, covering Chop. Now, I will look into that court date, though, because, like I said, because we've already mentioned Chop, why not provide court coverage if it's available? So, appreciate you reminding me. I'm going to write that down as soon as I get home so I can look into that, and we can update the official NJCourts calendar. Court coverage calendar, excuse me. MKE says, Queen Bee, we're going to shut Jimi down. He is vile. Hey, shout out Queen Bee if you're in the chat. As a matter of fact, Queen Bee is where we actually got 2 of the videos we watched last night from their channel. And that, again, remember, this was actual body cam footage. I don't care how Jimi wants to spin it, okay? There is no story. This is body cam footage. Same thing with his live stream. When you're witnessing his live stream and what his antics, that's him. The man baby, that's him acting like a man baby on live stream. That's not any Hollywood trickery or magic. That's not, like I said, me with the 10-foot selfie stick trying to, look into Jimi's window, to catch Jimi, the celebrity, screwing up. No, that was Jimi's own live stream that he decided to get, pissed drunk, go on live, destroy a bunch of shit in his house, act crazy, look like a little man baby, and then get pissed off like it's everybody else's fault except the person that hit play or start live stream, right? So, and like I said, to his credit, and I don't know why he was so pissed off, we came here today to fact check him, right? Jimi said, I have nothing to hide. And personally, I don't give a shit. That's why we're not telling the Jimi story. I don't even know what the Jimi the Hobo story is, first off. All I know is just what came out of the fact that he decided to just insert, again, his drunk ass into our panel show the other night. And pretty much, like I said, open up the floodgates of victims that came out, saw him, said, hey, NJCourts, isn't that the guy that exposes these individuals? Hey, let's get a hold of him and tell him our story, all right? Jimi, you don't have to tell me a story. I've already seen what these individuals have told me is what we've seen from the body cam footage. There's nothing different. That's it. So if you think there's some conspiracy theory that I'm, gonna break, or some stories that have been going around that just, no. All these individuals did was confirm exactly what we saw in this body cam footage. That's it. Your story. The police officer's story. Not my story. Not their story. Your story. Oh boy, Charizard, we've got Cyrex too. I know, man. Don't worry. See, that was one that the viewers brought up and wanted to see. Remember, the viewers didn't bring up Jimi the Hobo. Jimi the Hobo brought himself into this. And I told you guys, as long as he doesn't have a court case coming up, we can care less. And honestly, even if he did have a court case, I might have probably not even covered him. Because, again, it's up to what you guys want to see. But now it seems because Jimi's been exposed, and because a lot of the viewers from this channel got to see those, just the disgusting shit that came out of those, body cam footage videos, you might actually be somebody that we might cover if you do have a court hearing coming up. But for right now, yes, Cyrex was an individual that will have some court hearings coming up. Obviously got in some trouble not too long ago. Is a person just knowing who they basically are. I'm not part of the community or, aware of that whole rabbit hole. I've started my research. But we've had a lot of people that have have reached out to me that are definitely interested in seeing Cyrex court coverage. So to answer your question, I am working on it. All right, and it will be, now again, I have not officially started or said we're going to do court coverage on Cyrex, but I am working on it. I have started my research. That's usually a good sign that we're going down that route, okay? So I would love to share this info with you. You know, I'm just as excited as you are to just read through all this, but like I said, I do have to, you know, first off, get home, sit down, go through this myself. You know, I haven't had a chance to read through this. And then I need to censor out any personal information. That way we're not doxing. And again, like I said, I'm doing that just out of the respect and professionalism, of this channel. It's nothing to do with Jimmy, okay? If anything, it's out of respect for his family, not Jimmy. Jimmy's a scumbag. His information's out there because he's a criminal, okay? Jimmy's information is out there because he made himself a public figure, all right? And like I said before, if you don't want your information to be accessed by the public, just don't get yourself in trouble. Easy peasy, all right? So as soon as I get home, I'm going to go through this. Now, I'm not promising we're going to do something tonight, but for sure by tomorrow. If we don't do anything tonight, it'll be by tomorrow for sure. What's tomorrow? Is today Wednesday? Yeah, okay, dang, it's already Thursday tomorrow. My gosh! This week already went by. Wasn't it just Sunday yesterday? Oh my gosh, I'm telling you. How crazy. This July is already going to be August, okay? That's why we did the court coverage calendar. As a matter of fact, we also need to finish that calendar. So let's plan on tomorrow. We'll meet up again. We're going to finish up the court coverage calendar. We need to add Trina Golden's info. We need to add, we just got a tip on Chop, Sneaker Chop. Ooh, if some of you are not familiar with Sneaker Chop, he is pretty much Cheeto's little right-hand man. He's the guy that got in trouble with Cheeto this last incident where probably is going to get Cheeto in some serious trouble because he was already on some serious probation for some serious trouble. And then he got intoxicated, climbed up a lifeguard's tower, and got in trouble again. So I'm not too sure about Sneaker Chop's past history because, again, we were, originally starting coverage on Cheeto. But we did mention Sneaker, right? Because he did get in trouble sometimes with Cheeto. So we'll take a look at that court date. We'll write it down on the calendar, and we'll keep an eye out for it, especially if there'll be a Zoom hearing or something that we can access. Absolutely. So thank you for that tip. Chat rules. That's why I appreciate you guys. And that's why we did the calendar, because not only is it going to keep me up to date, but it lets you guys also keep you guys up to date, but it also helps you guys remind me, all right? So, again, thank you for that reminder. We've got the Cyrex, rabbit hole that I've started an investigation into. So, we've already got a lot of court coverage we started, and unfortunately, I hate to say it, for the channel, yeah, it's great, I just hate to say it, though, because the more exposure, the more content we have, essentially, you can call it that. That just means there's more scumbags now, and I hate that, Eventually, I'd like to see this channel disappear, right? Because that means there's no more court coverage on scumbags that are on YouTube. And I would love that, all right? It would not hurt me in any way. But unfortunately, and I'm being realistic here, I don't foresee that happening anytime soon. Maybe in the future, there's always hope. But realistically, right now, with the amount of these people that are getting in trouble, and remember, these are just the bottom level. Like if you're looking at like a fish tank, right? These are the bottom feeders, all right? The little suction cup fish, the little, all right, that we're covering. But the reason we're doing that is because nobody's covering these people. Nobody's exposing these individuals. And what's very dangerous about these people is they have just enough people watching them, just enough of a platform that they have created victims. They can be dangerous to people. They do make threats, okay? And they use this little platform they have to do that. So, there's a reason why this channel does what it does. And there's a reason why it's grown to the size it has. Because I think a lot of people have also, banded together, essentially, you can say, and found, I wouldn't say interest, but are now that their eyes have been exposed and open to these individuals, because you are some good-hearted people that care, you, want to see these people stop what they're doing, okay, because it's illegal, they're criminals, they're threatening people and doing bad stuff, they can hurt people. But because you guys are who you are, and this is why I love you guys, you truly want to see these people get help at the end of the day, right? That's my biggest pet peeve. I hate when people always complain, but they never have a solution. Why complain if there's no solution? We're not complaining. We're exposing, one. But the other thing is we're coming up with solutions, okay? For a lot of these individuals, hell, there's even people that have even offered their own personal assistance to help these people, all right? And it just goes in one ear and out the other. Like I said, they can't be, if they don't want to help themselves, unfortunately, they just can't be helped. But where I was going with this was just mentioning is, hey, these little bottom feeders, they can't be forgotten, all right? Because they have victims, a lot of victims. They create victims. And it's sad. You may not be one. Maybe you are. Maybe you've been a victim before. But to those people, it sucks. It sucks to go through what they have to do every day. And I know this because I've been through all the individuals that we've done this court coverage on, and through all the victims that they have, I have had people reach out to me personally and tell me what's happened. They've shown me the receipts, okay? And it sucks. It's disgusting. I mean, for some of these people, it's a lot more than what you've even seen and been exposed to, okay? It is nuts. I'll just put it like that. And that's what's giving me the motivation, one, the fire to do what we do here. And it's going to continue burning, this fire, because these people don't stop. And as long as I keep getting contacted by these victims, I'm not going to stop. So that is just my microphone drop moment right there, okay? So, for everybody that's just joining us right now, and you're saying, come on, NJ, did you get anything from there? Yes. You're looking at it right here. 2 separate reports. Remember, like I said, they can be as simple as a 1 sentence, 1 paragraph. In this case, about a 3/4 page. The other one I have, this is a 7-page banger right here, okay? Not the longest report I've gotten, but definitely not the shortest. I'd say this probably falls as the 2nd longest report that I've ever gotten as far as when I do a FOIA request. FOIA standing short for, together now, Freedom of Information Act. And then I always say request. And all that is just what you have as a member of the public, as a citizen of the United States. It is your right to access any information that is deemed public information. Doesn't have to be criminal information, okay? Be if you're interested in knowing if the FBI has ever made contact with aliens, all right? Whatever. If it's public information and it's something that you want access to, there are means and ways that you can get that access. Now, sometimes it can cost you. Remember, I was joking when I was walking in earlier saying, oh, hopefully the taxpayers of Rio Rancho will take care of my copies. Well, unfortunately, it didn't work out this time. And hey, I'm fine with that, okay? I don't mind paying for my copies. As a matter of fact, I would prefer that. I don't need the taxpayers paying for this scumbag's copies, all right? So, just cost me $2. Yep, $2 for 8 pages, okay? Probably the best $2 ever spent. Like I said before, you've heard me say this. You can't even get a candy bar at the dollar store anymore for $1. It's $1.50 with the taxes. So, to get 2 incident reports that are finally going to verify and clarify some things, hey, $2 has been well worth it. All right? Now, again, what's on here, I don't know yet. I have to read it, okay? So, I'm not going to sit here and just say, oh, this, and that. Like I said, I still have to read through this. So, if you're just joining me, I hate to break it to you, but that's not going to happen right now. I'm going to go home. I'm going to, eat something, relax just for 10 minutes. It is about a 4-hour drive. Probably got to do a number 2 break. And then I'll start reading. And tomorrow, not tonight, tomorrow, we're going to put on a really good court coverage show. Not only are we going to finish our court coverage calendar, but we may add a few new names and dates to that calendar. I may have some surprises for you tomorrow, okay? I don't know yet, and I'm not promising anything yet, but depending on what I read here tonight, we may have a court date coming up. I don't know yet. We've had people requesting we start getting into the Cyrex court coverage. I haven't promised that yet, but I said I would look into it, and I have. maybe that will be a court date we'll be adding tomorrow. Either way, we're going to finish up the calendar with the individuals that we did start coverage with, which I know for sure tomorrow we got to finish up the Trina Golden dates. We need to set up and see what's going on with Sonny, because he's going to be, what's tomorrow, the 6th? Yep, tomorrow is the 6th. Tomorrow is the date for Sonny IRL's, essentially, I guess, would be his arraignment, which, last thing I heard, he's still in India. And unless he's going to be contracting a private jet to just fly him right now to make his court date tomorrow in Houston, I don't think we're going to be seeing Sonny. So let me see if I can try to get some maybe Zoom court footage from tomorrow. Either way, we'll find out and get some information as to what's next now for Sonny, since it sounds like he's not going to make it to his court hearing tomorrow in Houston, Texas. All right, so we're going to finish up court calendar tomorrow. We'll go over the 2 incident reports that I have here. If there's anything else new that comes up between now and tomorrow, we'll definitely break that news. We're going to take a look at some more clips. If you have not had a chance yet, I did post, and it's on my other channel, which is the NJCourts official clip channel. That's the NJCourts TV clip channel. So if you want to look for it, it's literally, youtube.com/@ NJCourts TV clip channel. No. NJCourt TV clips. I think so. Either way, just go to my main page, and there's a link to it next to the Instagram link. If you want to reach out to me, best ways through Instagram. Feel free. Just hit the link there, and that's the easiest way to get a hold of me. So if you have not had a chance to check it out, I did post this morning that rant, the screaming fit I was telling you last night about, the one Skiwi did yesterday morning. Check it out. I think you're going to see not only, like I said, are these 2 individuals similar between Jimi the Hobo and Skiwi, but just from yesterday morning's screaming fit to this last video we saw of Jimi doing the same thing, it is literally like watching a 20-year-old version of Ski Mask. Ski Mask is 40. You're watching a 60, 70-year-old version of Ski Mask. I mean, it's going to blow your mind, so check it out. And thank you to that new member that just joined. I'm sorry, because on the Prism app, it flashes really quick, and it doesn't let me go back. But welcome, and thank you for the membership. A lot of cool stuff to check out as a member of the jury. As a matter of fact, I think the most favorite thing that everybody loves about being a member is you get to use all those cool emojis you see everybody spamming. And most importantly, there's a lot of just members-only stuff you'll get to check out. As a matter of fact, last night, we did a members-only concert/fireworks show. And that was a lot of fun. So thank you again for all the members of the jury that joined me last night for that. And I did publicize that today. So for everybody else, if you want to check out all the fun we had yesterday, everybody now can go through my main channel tab. If you just go under videos, maybe you might have to go under the live section. No, you'll have to go under live section. But everybody now can check out the VOD or replay from the members-only live stream we had last night, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm sorry I'm having a brain fart, but I believe it was Randy. Somebody in chat, help me. Jersey, who was it? Randy Hauser, right? Randy Hauser. And awesome performance. My first time listening to him. My first time actually seeing a live country concert in a long time. And it was a concert for the 4th of July. I'll tell you that. Awesome performance. So, if you weren't obviously a member of the jury, you didn't get to check it out last night. But if you want to check it out today, you can catch that replay. So, I want to thank everybody again for joining me today. Again, I know it's the day after the 4th. A lot of you are just back to it at work. I know it's lunchtime for some people, but I appreciate it. I really appreciate your time and your support. I want to thank all the donators this afternoon today that donated. And remember, 100% of your donations go right back into this channel. That's what provides this court coverage. That's what paid for the copies here. You know what I mean? So thank you again. I appreciate your support. Thank you for all the members of the jury. I appreciate you guys joining me last night, joining me today. I see you guys in the chat spamming away. As a matter of fact, let's get some gavels going, because since I don't have one, I'm going to need your help, okay? So we said thank you to members of the jury. Oh, almost forgot. The most important people. I mean, everybody is, but you know I got my VIPs. My mods. Thank you, mods, for doing such a terrific job. Like I said, you guys rocked You guys hung in there with me and Stick for the IRL adventure, the court coverage in Tulsa. And then we went right after that, just took like a one-day break, jumped into some crazy live breaking news, then jumped into the 4th of July festivities. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. I really do. You guys rock. You guys hang in there with me from the start to the end. And I really do appreciate your time and dedication to the channel and your support. So, all right. I think we've said thank you to everybody. Oh, I almost forgot. Lurkers, future refugees, you are welcome. And I'm not trolling. I may sound like I'm joking, but come join the fun, all right? You don't have to hang out in the bushes all the time. I think you'll find you'll meet a lot of new friends. Don't worry. If you think you're going to lose some of the cult member friends you had there, a lot of them are actually here. So you aren't going to be losing any friends, really. And you're going to meet a lot of new friends, okay? Positive friends. We do a lot of fun, positive stuff here. And you know what? Heck, we do appreciate donations. It's what, continues to grow this channel. But you are not going to be pretty much held, to the wall, all right, if you don't donate. You're not going to be doxxed if you're one of my mods, if you didn't pay your, weekly mod fee, okay? If I don't agree with your opinion, you're not going to be permanently banned, all right? And then unbanned, and then banned, and then unbanned, and then banned. All right? You really got to just break TOS or be just a real disrespectful, mean SOB to get permanently banned from this channel, all right? So we'll just leave it at that. So, thank you guys again. I will see you tomorrow evening, afternoonish. We're going to have a great court coverage show. We will certainly go over this paperwork. Don't worry, I'm not going to forget. Now, if anything happens between now and tomorrow's show, don't worry. You've seen me break news at all times of the day and night. So if something happens, and I'm aware of it, and like I said, I appreciate you guys being my eyes for me, okay? You guys help me out, make me aware of a lot of things, because NJ can't be everywhere on the tubes. Let me know, all right? But either way, if something breaks, keep those notifications on. So if you haven't subbed yet, I would appreciate it. As a matter of fact, before you leave, do me a favor. Please throw me a thumbs up, okay? Not only does it tell me if I'm doing a great job, it makes me feel like I did something awesome. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. It's good luck, all right? It's kept all these haters from trying to false strike these channels and live streams and all this shit, okay? And I'll tell you why. I know Jimi just tried to do some little shenanigans on literally the show before this one. So right before I went into the police department, the show we just had, where we didn't use any bad language, we didn't dox anybody, hell, we didn't even replay any videos. He tried to get me age restricted, okay? So, just to show you the type of bullshit this 70-year-old man-child is up to. Jimi that doesn't care about NJ or what everybody else says. Oh, yes. No, Jimi is very much like Ski Mask. Literally a little man-child. The only scary thing is Jimi is 70 years old, I think, right? Or close to it. He looks like it, let's just put it that way. If he's not 70, damn, Jimi, you need to lay off the cigs and alcohol ASAP. But I'll just put it this way. When these people try to false strike you, you want to know what tells YouTube that these people are doing false things? Is because they use a little system, right? So when they see that there's like 5 little complaints of these people putting false strikes saying, oh, there's, for example, there's nudity, when there's no nudity, okay? That's a lie. And that's what they do. These people know that if they say something extreme like that could get your video taken off. So, obviously, there was no nudity before this, right? The video before this. Now, never. So, that's just an example. So, whenever you have these little jerks that go, oh, let's do a false strike for something like that, YouTube uses things like the thumbs up. YouTube sees, wait a minute, this guy's got, 200 thumbs up. He's got, 100 comments. And there's 5 people saying there's nudity, even though nobody else has mentioned anything about that. They just throw that shit in the garbage, okay? Because if you don't think that every day there's not Ski Mask and his trolls, Jimi now and his little group of 3 trolls, Controlla and her handful of trolls, you know, pretty much anybody we provided core coverage on. If you don't think them and their few little bit of, like, you know, cult members aren't every day trying to false strike my videos, the channel, oh yes, it happens every day. Happens to a lot of channels, okay? That's why YouTube puts in a lot of things in place to help keep, you know, these people from false striking stuff, or, you know, making false complaints, whatever you want to call it. One of them, I think, is the thumbs up. And even if it isn't, well, it's good luck for me, because it's kept all these little haters and false strikers from pretty much doing anything to this channel, okay? We maintain a strike-free channel. YouTube has made us a partner of their, you know, YouTube partnership program, the YPP program, which means they feel confident. They feel that, hey, you know what? We like you as a business partner, okay? Because we don't feel that you're going to be a liability. That's why they have all these strict, you know, guidelines and things you have to meet to become a partner on a YPP program, okay? And all these haters are pissed because, one, they're a bunch of greedy little scumbags, and two, they think that anytime you mention their name, that it's their money, right? That you're taking from their piece of the pie, all right? So that's why they hate, and that's why they do that shit. It sucks, you know, it's mean, and honestly, I think it's just hilarious when you see somebody like Jimi. That's what somebody said, 55. I'll bet you he's not. I mean, if you're really saying he is, you just blew my mind, okay? 55, holy moly. Even if he's not 70, he's 55, okay? That's considered a senior citizen at McDonald's, okay? Jimi can essentially get a 25-cent cup of coffee right now, and I'm sure he does. I'm sure he takes well advantage of that. Can you imagine a senior citizen having the little man baby fit that you guys witnessed on these videos we watched last night? A 55-year-old senior citizen that tosses his daughter to the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. She allegedly fell. A 55-year-old that literally screams and gets drunk and has a fit like a little man baby, that hence the nickname man baby. A 55-year-old that literally has to explain to their family and ex-wife, who they leech out of their house of, that, oh, don't answer the door if the cops come. Could you imagine their neighbors every day? They must know every time they see a cop car parked in the vicinity, oh, it must be for Jimi the Hobo. I mean, that must be so humiliating for that family of his, especially when this scumbag just goes down 1 month a year just to leech off, I guess, for what, his birthday? Because he doesn't have any other friends to celebrate with, so he has to force his family to celebrate his birthday with them. But literally, this guy doesn't provide for anything, okay? He's just another ski mask. But I'll give him this. At least he's just there 1 month out of the year. At least that's what I'm told, okay? But, yeah, for somebody to have, you know, to literally sit there and instruct, you know, or, you know, brigade. The word for that is called brigading, okay? It's essentially when you're passing on to, you know, your viewers and members of, hey, let's strike his channel and do a, you know, and essentially, because there's no real way to do it, they have to do something illegally. They have to make something up. So where I was going with all this, long story short, is that's why I appreciate your thumbs up. And remember, not only do I think the comments help, but the comments also piss off Skiwi and Jimi, because you know what narcissists do, right? These dudes, literally, as soon as this live stream's over, they're going to go into the comments section, and they're going to read all the comments. They love doing that. They want to see what people are talking about them, okay? Even though they already know what people are saying, they still want to see it for their eyes. So, I always say, if you have a message for Jimi or Ski Mask, just put it in the comments section, because I can guarantee you 110% they're always reading them, okay? So, with that being said, I want to wish all of you a wonderful afternoon. Have a great rest of your July 5th. I know some of you are probably still laying in bed. Hey, it's okay, all right? It was July 4th. I know you had a lot of fun last night, okay? As long as you were safe about it, you know, hydrate, drink some Gatorade, get a little soup in you. All right, you guys, as always,